at least in terms of living in the same place, on the shores of the Baltic Sea, which they have done for 8,000 years. Our friends, the Latvians and Lithuanians, reached the region millenniums later than the Finno-Ugrians, the Finns, Samis, Estonians and Livonians. As such, we can call ourselves ancient, arguably even eternal Europeans, as you Indians can consider yourselves a cradle of civilization, but also a wellspring of Indo-European heritage. History has not always treated us kindly. Both our nations have been experienced what it is like to be ruled by others, and how suppressive the colonial yoke can be. Those of us use the aftermath of a global cataclysm to assert our freedom. Estonians after the First World War, India after the Second. But while we truly became free, we suffered a period of modern colonialism, which is what Soviet occupation and rule constitute. But now we are both free and can rejoice the fruits of our liberty. The last 30 years have been a record step of success in this respect. The prosperity of our people has risen not in percentages, but in figures. We are living better and are less selfish, cherishing our common interests and looking to the future with a kinder eye. We are more confident than 30 years ago when the Cold War ended and global prosperity was given a chance. I would say we have made the most of that opportunity. For us in Estonia, the last 3 decades have been an accelerated, centered on new technology. First, there was the internet and e-commerce. Then came the Tiger Lead program, which you may have heard about. Around 30 years ago, the Estonian government provided every school with a computer class and made computing and programming part of our school curriculum. This thing fell on very fertile soil, resulting in the first ever paperless government as much as 25 years ago, and world-renowned e-government in which all state services are accessible online. Tiger Lead established a strong foundation for a startup ecosystem that has brought to life numerous globally famous unicorns like Bolt, Wise, Hyperdrive, and Playtech, to name just a few. Moreover, Skype, which has now, I'm sorry to say, found a prominent place in the Valhalla of technology, also has roots in Estonia. We could very well claim that our country has been the birthplace of the largest number of unicorns in the world, per capita, of course. And we have not grown weary. On the contrary, we look to the future with great expectations. We have seen that harnessing e-services has formed a good basis for bilateral cooperation between our two countries. There is enormous potential for extending the cooperation across a wide range of sectors, from food and beverages to IT, electronics, and green tech. We are especially pleased that Estonian companies specializing in green hydrogen, and Stargate hydrogen are actively interested in expanding to the Indian market. For its part, Estonia is proud to serve as a friendly harbor for numerous Indian companies. Offices of HCL, Tata Consultancy Services, and Geo Reliance operate in our country. The new technological piece that needs training is, of course, artificial intelligence. We must make it our friend, one who brings out our best qualities and tones down our less favorable ones. And we are ready for this challenge. We are facing with using our decades of experience we are set to make another leap forward, not into eternity perhaps, but certainly into the future. Last year I laid the foundation for a new program similar to the Tiger Leap called the AI Leap, which is designed to help our youngsters and their teachers learn about the nature of AI, its behavior and its good and bad sides in order to harness its hidden power for the benefit of themselves and society. AI is also a reason for me being in New Delhi, as the World AI Summit will be taking place here the day after tomorrow. Dear friends, I must admit that the international picture does not look so rosy as it did 20 years ago. The world and the world order face numerous challenges, old and new. Conflicts are mushrooming. Attempts are being made to normalize the use of force. Everything seems to be up for transaction, principles among them. And where is the war in Europe? Russia's aggression in Ukraine is not merely a regional concern, it has global impact, and not a positive one. War never does, never mind aggression. Although peace talks are taking place, it appears that Russia is not sincere in its intentions. Peace does not seem to be its goal. The Russians are playing for time with putting enormous pressure on Ukrainian civilians by constantly bombing their homes and energy infrastructure. That is critical to their survival through the harshest winter this decade has been. In those circumstances, the international community must find ways to ramp up pressure on Russia and create a situation wherein warfare becomes too costly and exhausting for them. In this effort, we must join forces. Too much will be at stake if we do not. To conclude, although we are not comparable in size, India and Estonia have a lot in common. Our connections are rooted in shared values of democracy, pluralism, and respect for sovereignty. We look to the future with a clear perspective, with a vision of providing our people with a peaceful and prosperous environment and dignified life free of violence. This should be the goal of every nation. The great Indian poet and thinker Rabindranath Tagore once said that an individual's highest ideals, specifically truth, goodness, and beauty, act as guardian angels that foster personal growth and inner harmony. Let us hope that those guardian angels are keeping an eye on our states and societies as well. We, India and Estonia, are true followers of those ideals. By staying on the path, our friendship will be a strong and long-lasting one. May it be so. Thank you very much.